Good morning once again. Yeah, we got the last one in this series of Starlights. Okay, I've got some more upstairs that are the touch tone type, but this is the last one of the dialed version. So I'll have a quick look at this. As I say, I didn't realise this one is what it is, but let's turn him over and have a little look. I always get mixed up with these, fiddling them across. I've only got one pair of hands, which is a disadvantage in a lot of cases. Anyhow, here's the showing the innards, and at last we've got an internal bell or ringer. So you don't need an extension bell with these. The bell's built in. As I say, it's the same bell that was fitted to the Princess type phone, I believe. The case is still held on with one screw, but at least it's not a self-tapper. It goes into a nice brass insert, so there's no problem there. You've got your printed circuit board with all the bits you need. Induction coil, the cradle switch to operate that, and these plungers are on both sides, not just the one. This model is actually a better made, well, in my opinion, a better made job than the last one, which quite frankly was horrible. And what I didn't realise until I opened it up again, as I've had this quite a while, I noticed I've got a little bit of paper I put on here which was inside. Show you what it says. There we are, bought October 2009. So that gives you an idea of when I bought this. And in those days, telephones were much cheaper to buy on eBay, very much cheaper. Okay, they're a way of investing. I suppose it's like putting money in the bank. The interest goes up, and of course the interest of some of these things have really shot up, particularly when they charge so much for postage, bringing it over from the States. But anyhow, that's what I say, that's why I made it. Something about 8 and 16 for ringer wire. Now, what I hadn't realised until now, there's a switch here, and this is exactly the same switch as you'd have if you wanted to turn the dial light on. Now, I didn't even realise this had a dial light in it, but it has. Slightly different. Let me turn him over. There's your dial, which is the same dial as on that rather cheaply made variety. Well, that's an automatic electric dial again. It's exactly the same dial as the other one I showed with the cheaper phone. Now, you've got, I hadn't realised, there's your two terminations for the lighted dial. It looks to me as there's no separate lead to connect into your AC. It's obviously fed through the line cord. I mean, look at the line cord they're ending. It's no plug on it or anything. You've got your black lead and a red lead, and it looks likely that they've definitely used the black lead and one of the other leads, but I haven't really been able to delve into this completely. A little bit difficult. Anyhow, so I would think that possibly you had a plug on there which was like the one I showed on the other one with resistances in the two conductors being resisted down. So this could run on about a very low current. That's what I think it was, but as I say, I'm not too sure. I must admit, I vaguely think of wiring one of these up using resistors. So I'm not too sure. But anyway, it looks to me like the lead, the connecting lead carries also the voltage for the little light. None of these lights work now. They've all sort of just don't work through age. Anyhow, as I say, this the main reason to put this in to show you that this is the version with the ringer or the bell. Same handset again. This is certainly a much better made job than the other one. I'll always give credit where credit's due. And if something looks a load of rubbish, I'll honestly say it's a load of rubbish. But this one I was okay. And once again, the distance between the 0 and the finger stop, so it's indicating it's an automatic dial. You've also got the trademark on here. Automatic electric. Trademark they use. And this one's obviously does say that it's a Starlite, I think. Let's have a look back of here. I'm sure it has. Yeah, as I pointed out before, it's got the name Starlite on there. Presumably the model number is incorporated in that number there, which we've got. I don't know. Oh, that could be a date. I'll pull it up. That could be a date. It looks like, around the right way, it looks like 69. So it's possibly it's 1969. Anyway, that's more or less all I've got to say about this. As I say, this is the last one of the series. The other ones I've got upstairs are the touch tone type. But this one is, as I say, the last of the dialed varieties. If any others turn up that I haven't got, then okay, if they're the right price. As I say, now, I've got to be so careful when you buy these things, because when I bought these, as I showed you with that date, when was it, 2009, that's a long time ago. Phones were cheap then, very cheap. Often I'd get stuff at the boot sale, which you'd pick up for £1 here or 50 pence there. Well, unfortunately, those days are over. Like everything else, people are obviously finding money hard to get, which I understand. We're going through hard times, and the people want the top price for stuff they put on eBay, which I suppose is only understandable. So yeah, it's given me a chance to do these little videos, because on the TV there is just nothing. All you've got on there is blinking football, or it's all sport, which I said before bores me completely to tears. But I'm fortunate. There's an antiques program on the German station, Bears for Rares. That's what it's called, Bears for Rares. It was that company that started off the bidding room, which is only occasionally seen on TV. They're interesting programs because they got all about antiques. Well, I'm not an expert on antiques, but I do like some of the antiques. Obviously, the old stuff, the electric stuff, phones, lamps, barometers. I've got too many interests, to be quite honest. Anyway, so it's nice to be able to turn that on in the morning, which this Bears and Rares seems to be on every day in the morning. They're old ones, according to the date. They're a couple of years old. But as I had never seen them, they were quite interesting. Okay, I don't speak German, but you can make a lot of it out. And they always put the price up. The euro's more or less the same as the pound. And I say to myself, that's worth so and so. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm miles out. What I would say is the Germans tend to spend extra or more on antiques than over here, but as I say, that's just my feelings. And you have to get, as I say, to get it, you have to have a satellite TV system, which I've had for years, and it is quite good. So it's rares and bears. If anyone's interested, well, they have to have the way of receiving it. But it did take over. Well, our bidding room, which is on BBC, was taken from that show, and it's very, very similar. But it's interesting. Anyhow, I'm talking about that when I should be talking about phones. Anyhow, I'm more or less finished talking about either. So, yeah, lovely. Thanks again. I'll pop this one up. And don't worry, I haven't got any more of this particular model. So I shan't be putting any more like that up. We'll have to find something else. I think I've got a few that I could put up of other phones. Anyhow, many thanks for watching. Any comments please make. I will answer the questions that have been put to me by other viewers concerning the interest on the other ones. I must put it up because it's polite to always answer the questions and say thank you where necessary, which is good. Anyhow, I'm going to shut up now, so thanks again for watching. Thank you.